G'day mate, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate.
What's the prognosis?
Oh, I'm at the garage.
You're at the garage? Well, that's a good start.
I've just dropped it off. It'll get done probably today.
Yeah, right.
At some point, but not by lunchtime. No way.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, so, yeah. They're going to pull it apart and have a look and double check.
Right, okay.
I told them it needed flushing.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, all good. Well, not all good, but yeah.
At least it's going to get fixed. So, does that mean you're out for the rest of it?
I reckon I probably am.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not going to be able to leave till tomorrow morning, at which point if you're finishing on Wednesday, Thursday,
yeah,
it's kind of pointless to come down for one day.
Yeah, that's fair call, mate. It's fair call.
Yeah. So, yeah, it looks like I'm out.
Ah, mate, that's hard.
Gutted.
That's hard. That's really hard. Right, so we've just hit Dargo's store for some bacon and egg rolls for this morning, and we were having a chat to the lady behind the counter, and she said that there's been an echo up on what is Billigoat's?
Billigoat, yeah.
Billigoat's track.
Apparently a guy's coming down and tried using angel gear, which is neutral.
Yeah, right.
And that's not a good idea in a steep slope like that. So I'm tipping he's run out of brakes and just come a cropper off the edge.
Yeah, right. So the rescue crews took off about 45 minutes ago, so it's probably going to be fairly jammed up there for a while they get that sorted out.
You can see there's a sign just over there that says the Bridge Hotel, and that's what the Dargo pub used to be called before it burned down. So it's been burnt down, rebuilt as it is now. Now they call it the Dargo Hotel, but yeah, it used to be the Bridge.
All right. So when did that happen? When did it burn down?
It was early 1900s, I think it was. Can't remember the date exactly, but it was rather interesting. It actually used to be there, not right on the corner.
So you were saying earlier on that was it 2009 fires that came through here?
Yeah. Well, when they had the fires, they had fires around the ranges, and it was heading this direction, and they had something like 120 firefighters here. You know, it was just trucks everywhere, and they actually put two big tanks. Water tanks over there for fighting in case the pub caught on fire, because obviously they didn't want it to burn down again. So,
absolutely.
And this was the last resort for them. So they installed some tanks temporary, and they had helicopters landing in the middle of tankers, helicopters landing in the middle of the street. Another one of those cranes, the sky cranes.
Yeah, right.
They land further up on the field up there.
Yeah, good stuff. To anyone wondering why you take the effort and the time to come up to the Victorian Highlands, the reason there's nothing in this shot is because we are actually up in the clouds. if I pan the camera up a bit, that's pretty much looking straight down the cliff, and I can only imagine that the views up here would be absolutely magic if it wasn't for the fact that it was so cloudy. So we're up here at the pinnacles at the fire tower. We're just about to have a chat to Pete, who is manned up here looking for fires. We've just got up the Billy Goats Bluff track, and that was a bit of a steep and exciting climb. Now we're just going to have a chat to Pete, see what it's all about and what this place does for the park and for the local area, and how they help avoid it all getting burnt out.
So they built another one, put a nice timber building up here with battleship grey to blend in with the rock, and the only trouble was made out of timber, burnt down in the 2007 fires.
I was going to ask whether
so
it's
outside you'll see some charred remains of the old fire tower.
Yeah.
So after that they've forgot about the form and gone for function, so it's a brutalist piece of architecture, but it's very functional.
Is it made to survive a fire? Is it made for anyone to be able to hide out in?
It's all metal,
Yeah.
so that then creates a protection from lightning, because metal drives around, and I'm safe in here, so as long as I'm not outside hanging onto the balcony or something.
So this will shield you from a fair bit of heat.
Still
wouldn't be comfortable in here, would it?
Oh, if there's a fire coming across, I will be evacuated.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have an evacuation plan.
Okay.
That gets triggered when it's within a certain range, or there's the weather conditions are in such a case that they'll call me out.
So in terms of the purpose day to day of these fire towers, in the event of a fire, how instrumental are these fire towers in spotting and basically arranging how feet on the ground are going to be mobilised?
Yeah, well, time is of the essence, because as soon as you can get people to a fire, you can get them small, round them up by hand, and make the fire safe. If you've got to wait half a day until passing aircraft notices or something like that, it's not you suddenly got a big fire on your hands. You've still got a time delay before crews and bulldozers and machinery and aircraft can get in there to start putting them out. But if you've got 1, 2, 3 fire towers all giving a precise bearing, the string in the middle of the room, on the cardinal points around above the window, I can get a fix on it, they get a fix on it. We've got our towers lined up, so we can draw a line and know that's where the fire
exactly
is.
Where it is, and it's an early warning system. You can monitor where it goes from there.
That's right.
Using that.
I'll call that in. I think if I have a look at my logbook, I'll be up to 60 odd days. I don't know what I've done with it now. There it is. Yeah, so I'm up to day 70 for this year. There was a fire call there, so I just keep a log every day of what goes on, and a lot of the time not terribly much happening. But if we go back a bit further, we might be able to flip up fire, smoke. A lot of drones we're getting these days.
I was going to ask that.
Everyone's.
How often does the tower get buzzed?
Yeah, well, it's actually illegal in the Alpine National Park, or in National Park in Victoria.
Very good. Well, thank you very much for chatting to us. Really enjoyed meeting you. And thanks for telling us a little more about how it works up here.
You're very welcome.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pete.
Right, here we are Dargo pub, end of a big long day of filming.
Yeah.
And as we mentioned earlier on in the day, cars come a cropper halfway up Billy Goat's track.
Not ours, luckily.
Not ours, no.
Happily.
Yeah, we went past that, and it was, looking at the car, it was sickening to see what had actually happened to it. But we've just arrived back here, chatting to the publican, and everyone got out.
Yeah, no. Apparently they were going down in neutral, which is known as angel gear, not because they're looking out for you, but because you're going to end up with them. Not a good idea, especially on such steep sections, and they were really lucky. They hit a tree, flipped it over, and ended up in another tree. But if they didn't have that hit that tree, they were going a long way down the valley. So that was pretty lucky.
Work. So yeah, it's a timely reminder, I guess, to just make sure you keep it safe out there. Don't push the limits too far. Keep it in gear when you're going up or down a hill. Yeah, just play it safe and make sure you come back and enjoy a beer at the end of the day.
That's it. That's the way to go.
Happy days, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers. Morning. Welcome to day 4. We're out the back of the Dargo Hotel. Had a great night last night chatting to the publican Steve. Had a few ice cold beers, washed some of the dust out of our throats from the last couple of days. What a wealth of information that guy is. Wow. He gave us some of the history of the place, some of the locations that they don't have on the brochures. It's just fantastic. And look, if you don't know where to go when you hit a town like this, go and have a beer, go and have a chat to the locals, and they will tell you the spots that they don't have on the brochures. So we've got a great day today. Sun's out, a lot better than yesterday. No rain so far, touch wood. So we're going to head up to Blue Rag and yeah, have a great day. So let's get to it. Well, as you can see, the weather's closed in. We're up in the clouds at the moment, and unfortunately Blue Rag is one of those places where you need clear skies and miles of views to really get and appreciate the full experience of it. So we're going to head down to Grant, through the old cemetery there, down through Bulltown Spur, then onto Crooked River. So what can you tell us? What can we see down here?
Well, there's a lot of gold mining history down there, and we'll have a look at the Good Hope mine and have a look at how they did the mining there, and along the Crooked River we'll see where they just dug straight in beside the river, and now they're all fenced off, and have a look at the old Grant Township.
Grant.
Yeah, they had a few thousand people there, so there should be some interesting stuff to look at.
Excellent, let's do it.
Okay.
Cheers.
And like I said, there'd be a heap of people buried here without headstones.
Unmarked graves, yeah.
A lot of Chinese up here who, you know, the Australians couldn't work out their names and
Who
stuff
they were,
like
where
that.
they're from.
So they just buried them, said a couple of words, and that was it.
Yeah. Simple days.
Yeah.
See a stone there or something like that as a headstone, and
Yeah. Certainly a lot less ostentatious than these days, isn't it?
Oh well, I mean,
Right.
we've got
Old mate's done.
we've got a bit more respect now. So,
Yes.
but they did it pretty hard in those days. So.
Yeah. Would have. Some of the ages here. There's one over there. Old mate died in 1870, aged 38. And
Yeah.
his son died in the next century, aged 48. Just shows the quality of life and medicine and how things
exactly.
progressed from generation to generation.
I mean, these people were so far away from medical help anyway, you know.
Oh, yeah.
If they were working the mines, they'd be days away from getting any guidance or assistance if they had a broken leg or something like that.
Even just a cold or a flu or something like that.
And they just succumb to, you know, whatever.
Go down quick and you're not coming back.
Exactly.
Yeah, bugger.
Yeah, tough fellas.
Yeah.
You can see the map of Grant. Well, actually it was called Mount Pleasant to start with until one of the surveyors come up, and he was up here for basically a day.
Oh, this is Grant that told the government to stick it when he found gold, is it?
Well, basically, but they renamed the township Grant after him.
Okay.
And apparently a lot of the townspeople weren't happy about it. They were happy to stay with Mount Pleasant. Anyway, you can see it had all been surveyed and all that, so it'd been mapped out pretty well.
Mm. Yep.
But what they forgot at one stage is there's no water up here.
Ah,
that's the problem.
Yeah, so they had to get the water carted in.
Yep.
And by the time we got here, it was quite expensive.
Oh,
So, so that was one of the pitfalls of having a mining town on top of a hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, it's like another 10, 15 k's down to where all the workings are. So probably not the right place to put a town. But anyway, it boomed during the mining period, and you know, probably 10 years later, it's pretty much abandoned. Not much left of it now. In fact, hardly anything. It's a couple of bottles and that's it.
Yeah, right. So guys, as you can see, the sun's come back out, which is awesome. Means we can head up Blue Rag. All that fog from this morning's lifted, and we were thinking we might actually go and camp on top of Blue Rag. Not something people usually do because it's quite wild and exposed if the wind gets up, but we're ready for a bit of a challenge. We've got some cold sleeping bags, cold weather sleeping bags, which will keep us warm, and yeah, we're happy to go and see what it's like camping on the top of one of the higher, you know, mountains in High Country, and see if we can't wake up and see a sunrise or something beautiful like that. Fingers crossed. You never know, we might wake up and be in the clouds again, but either way it's going to be an interesting place, and I think we'll make the most of that. So the boys are just over here checking out an alternator issue with Matt's car, just making sure that it's charging the fridge and the auxiliary battery and everything properly. And when we finish that, we're going to have some tucker and then get on the road and get up Blue Rag.
day 4, hey? We've made it. Top of Blue Rag.
We have one man down, but Andy's here in spirit, just not his rangy.
We might have a drink for Andy a bit later on tonight, eh?
Absolutely, absolutely. How good is this? This is literally the top of the world and middle of the day, pretty much. Middle of the day, right? I'm looking at the wrong arm.
No, yeah, mate.
It's 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and it just happens to be here. But yeah, this is so good up here.
Well, just look at that, hey?
I don't reckon this sun will set for a few more hours yet, but the blue sky is looking pretty good for a sunset, I reckon.
Absolutely.
So we'll go down the road a little, find ourselves a camp spot, and get settled for the night.
Sounds like a good plan, mate.
Happy days.
Let's do it.
Yoo!
Morning, welcome to day 5, and if you look in the background you can see exactly why we froze our butts off last night.
Wow. Victorian High Country.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Can't get better than that. That's $1 million view.
Absolutely. You reckon we'll be back?
Are you kidding?
Yeah, we'll be back.
We'll be back, mate.
That was